Hello everyone, welcome back to Corsace Open. Wow, Corsace Open 2022. We are in the quarterfinals weekend, moving onward through our busy day today on day one of this week, with a match between two teams with names that are very cool: FATPEPECHUNGUS and FC FAKEL, VORONEZH. Someone wants to teach me how to say that. That'd be awesome. Team FPC, gonna be some players that people are gonna know a little bit. Gaby, Exarch, Din, Stoof, Will Cookie, Rebo, Emerson, and Yip. Team FCFV, a little different. These are gonna be a bunch of Russian players who are somewhat underranked, a little lesser known to the international tournament scene, but still solid players nonetheless. And we're getting going into this one with the first couple of protects for these teams. So of course these are maps that are not going to be allowed to be banned out. FPC banning out, or protecting the hidden two, preventing from being banned out the hidden two, and FCFV choosing Nomad 1, and will immediately ban the hidden 3 in this pool. Perhaps a response to the hidden 2 protect, saying we don't want to give you guys too many hiddens to choose from when you have a very strong hidden roster. And the DT3 coming out as the early ban from FPC. The high BPM DT pick Fountain Field. And they are going to first pick, unsurprisingly, that hidden 2. So they use their protect on it, and they go ahead and first pick it. It's going to be Get in the Ring, Zai, Squareable. It's an Air 8 hidden mapped by Kip Alt. It's going to be the first map for this match. And when you have a team with some of these really strong hidden reading players, no surprise that this would be an early pick. You see Will Cookie on a roster, and you just presume that that team is probably going to go ahead and go into a hidden pool. And guess what? They've done precisely that. So we'll get the players in, we'll get the rosters set, we'll get the match going. Load up hidden 2. Of course, this is already match number 9 of the week. So we've had a lot of action already this morning with 2 matches at 15 UTC and then 5 matches at 16 UTC. A lot has already gone on. We're making our way into kind of the later matches for this this stage here in Losers Round 2. This is the second to last match. The winner of this one will match up against Wide Peepo Happy. But we are in. It's going to be Gaby, Exarch, Will Cookie, and Din for FATPEPECHUNGUS, and Orenberg, Stravizor, Handsome Me, and Zentoro on the FC FAKEL or FAKEL side. And they're going to struggle a little bit in the early goings. Orenberg and Zentoro finding multiple early breaks, as do Din and Gaby over on the FATPEPECHUNGUS side of things. Bit of combo advantage on Will Cookie and Exarch. Going to give them a bit of an early lead to start this one off. Moderately long, I mean, it's over 3 minutes, so decent amount of consistency will, of course, be required from the players. And as you see, repeated breaks from multiple members, it's going to grow the lead out a little bit for FATPEPECHUNGUS early on, but Din Exarch breaking going to kind of prevent this from going into a quick runaway, despite the trouble that Zentoro, Handsome Me, and Stravizor have been having. Another couple of breaks from Exarch and from Din. The kind of traditional hidden 2 style of this one, where you've got, you know, some kind of tricky geometric and linear aim patterns thrown together with some difficult sliders here and there as well. Gonna make consistency on this pretty difficult. As you can see, there is a full reset from FC FAKEL, and that will mean a 300,000 plus lead already for FPC. And Will Cookie really the only one able to build up much of a combo through this middle third of the map. Nobody else having much of a good time at all. Meanwhile, he's at 99.53x, 700 just about combo, as there are breaks left, right, and center. This map technically demanding from a reading and an aim control standpoint, and you can see that affecting the players pretty repeatedly. There is one combo over 100, and it's Will Cookie's 800 combo continuing to hold, whereas everyone else is just not having a very good time. And this is going to be FPC. I mean, it's not even going to be FPC. It's literally just going to be Will Cookie on track for a 1v4 win. There's still a quarter of the map to go, and he is only about 60,000 points behind the sum total of FC FAKEL. And that's just all you need to win a map convincingly. He is bringing back this gap of his own to the entire other team. Finally, the late break on the stream falls behind and loses some accuracy as well, so the 1v4 won't happen. But it is going to be a very comfortable win to start things off, and you can see why they wanted to protect this map. Clearly a very good early pick when you have somebody who is as good at this as Will Cookie is. Literally, no one else is over 400,000 points. No one from FC FAKEL is over 300,000 points. And Will Cookie going to bring home around an 800k, just having trouble with one section of the map, the rest of it going very smoothly for him. And that is a quick 1-0 victory lead for FPC. 802k, next best score in the lobby, 398k. With 2 B ranks over on the side of FC FAKEL. That was in fact an S rank, just suffering the slider break and then act drop based off of that. But yeah, in case you weren't aware, these pools get pretty hard pretty fast once we get into these later rounds. And if you are not a specialist in a skill set, then you are likely to struggle. And that was what pretty much everybody did there. But it's going to be the first pick over to the side of FC FAKEL, who are noted for their stamina based on their previous results, which explains why FPC decided to ban out the DT3. We'll see if they go for something like maybe an early Nomad 2, DT2, Nomad 5, you know, one of those left-hand oriented skill set types of picks. This is going to be a Nomad 1 though, which is relatively high BPM, and it's a Nana Abe map, so you kind of know there's going to be some streams mixed together with some aim that may or may not be the most comfortable. Komorebi Fresnel, it's a 6.64 star Nomad 1 pick for this round. And we'll see what the aim rosters for these squads end up looking like. You can see from the previous results, FPC kind of just stronger across the board on everything except for the stamina skill set. And even then, as you scale into later rounds, they will likely be fine in this sort of matchup. Nomad 1 obviously traditionally is a pick that a lower seeded team will often go as kind of a coin flip option. They're saying, all right, we probably don't win on niche skill sets, so we're going to say raw aim, and we're going to see how it goes. And this was their protect. First picking, very logical. Both teams, in fact, first picking their protected maps. And in we're going to go very quickly. Exarch, Gaby, Rebo, and Din against Orenberg, Stravazor, Zentoro, and I'm not actually sure. We are missing a fourth for that side. So I'm not positive what's actually going on there. We'll see if we can... I don't know if we're going to be getting a restart, if we're going to be getting an abort, if something happens. So we'll find out. Maybe somebody crashed. Hopefully this can get sorted out. And I am guessing we're aborted currently and are waiting for the fourth player to come in for FV. Somebody crashed. Okay, it's Leffy, it would appear. Was the player who crashed and is now in. So we'll go ahead and wait on that fourth player for FC FAKEL. And while we're waiting, of course, go ahead, check out all the links in chat. Check out the donate and check out Momokai, because while you're waiting, you might as well make plans for the future. And if your future includes a new peripheral, perhaps a SimPad or a SimPad Nano might be the way to go. So anytime there's downtime in this match, head on over to Momokai's site, use the discount codes, and you can check out some new peripherals for yourself. But hopefully, we won't have too long to be stuck doing that, because hopefully we'll be able to get back into the map shortly. As the players are in, we will get going. Second try is the charm here. Same roster is just adding in Leffy in that missing spot for FC FAKEL. Looking to tie things up early 1-1 with their protected map as their first pick of the match. We love the Osu servers. They will agree with us eventually, and we'll be able to get going. I promise. I swear. There we are. Into Nomad 1 we go. At long last. Short last? Moderate length last. It's an early slider break for Orenberg, so he will be just a little bit behind in combo. But with this being nearly 4 minutes long, there is a lot of time, and that should not affect anything all too badly. Phil Nana Abe Nomad 1s are they kind of straddle the line between comfortable and uncomfortable as far as Nomad 1s go. Most of the time a Nomad 1 is going to be relatively comfortable for most people, but some of the angles that Nana Abe likes to use can be a little bit unforgiving, and the curve slider thing, you see a lot of curve sliders in a lot of his maps, and it's often easy to miss because the angle that you're forced to move to is very different than the angle you are playing in the jump pattern. And you can already see it kind of affecting players. Exarch, Gaby, Din, Zentoro all have broken already, so it's going to be an early lead on this one for FC FAKEL, as Leffy and Stravizor are still holding their FCs, and Orenberg is not far behind from that early break. So we head into the first key eye time. Spacing is going to increase. Combos continue to get bigger. And we'll see another break from Gaby, as well as Rebo. So not what you want if you are FATPEPECHUNGUS here. Exarch and Din trying to hold down at least some combo to keep this intact, but it's a pretty sizable combo lead for the FC side, as Leffy and Orenberg are at 550 and 520 respectively. They have a 200,000 point lead nearly, and it is only a third of the way through a Nomad 1. You know, you rarely call a 4-minute map over early on. Maybe every once in a while it could happen. But this lead is growing more and more, and FPC just does not have the combo that they would need to try to bring this back unless you get a full reset from the Russian team. And barring that, they're going to maintain a very comfortable advantage. It's 300k still and really not budging in the direction of FPC. That is a slider break from Orenberg. He got slow slidered. So that helps out for FPC's side as they have been building up some combo through this third of the map. However, it is still a pretty big lead, and a break from Rebo late on is not going to help matters. Leffy holds the SS still. 99-ac, pretty decent combos from Stravizor and Zentoro mean that FV is still having an alright time here. You can see why both teams protected the maps that they did, as they're both going to have what appear to be pretty comfortable wins on them. The big aim at the end catching out Gaby and Rebo here in this last quarter of the map. Din and Exarch, both over 700 to 750 combo, but it really just doesn't matter. This lead is large, and Leffy is holding down the SS still. Despite the late break from Zentoro, Stravizor holding a 600 combo. And this is going to be a comfy win. Really all that's left to find out is whether Leffy can finish off this SS, which would be a pretty impressive play to say the least. Maybe about a 400,000 point win by the time all is said and done. Will it be brought home with a perfect score from Leffy? And the answer is yes. That is an SS. If you ever wonder why a team might protect a Nomad 1, that would be the answer right there. The 6.64 star Nomad 1 SS play coming in from Leffy, a very, very impressive score. That you can only match if you outspin. Nobody's going to be really, you know, it's an unbeatable score, barring another SS with a higher spin. It's pretty impressive, to say the least. And that is going to be tying things up 1-1. Off of the back of a very comfortable win for FCFV. That's how you want to get going. But now that their protected map is gone for both sides, they both picked it first, they both won it comfortably. Now things will get perhaps a little bit more interesting. And FPC decided to go into that one remaining hidden. They protect the hidden 2, pick it first. FCFV ban the hidden 3. So they're saying, okay, we're gonna go with the hidden 1. It's gonna be a 7-star hidden 1. One of those nice double BPM type of maps. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Another decently long pick in this pool. A lot of stuff over 3.5. Volumat. So we go from round of 16 UK rap to quarterfinals Russian rap. So where are we gonna go from here? American, maybe? Some NA, USA. Well, we'll see how it goes once the teams get in and we get loaded. And find out if we get any roster changes from the previous hidden pick. Gotta think it's gonna be pretty similar. It's hidden, it's aim, it's consistent. Not sure. Okay, here we go. XRKB, Will Cookie, and Din. Handsome Me, Stravazor, Leffy, and Zentoro. And we're gonna go for a second hidden pick in a row from FPC. It's going smoothly for both teams on their first pick. Find out if that ends up continuing once things load properly here. There we are. Maybe not. Hold, please. Alright, I'm lagging really badly here, so we're gonna try to switch sources and maybe things will get a little better. Yeah, I think it's my feed here. Sorry, little technical difficulties on my end, so I'm having a hard time following along with what's going on in the map. We will. I'm going to switch over and watch a different place as we see a relatively close early on 100k score gap. Nobody really able to build up much combo in the first third of the map, but FPC has a small lead. And you know, really not a lot of combo anywhere to speak of. I mean, it's 200 or so at the best, so it's gonna stay pretty consistent for now. We're waiting to see if anybody can build up some bigger combo, maybe an unfortunately timed break. But for now, things going a little better for both teams than they did in the early stages, though there is a break for Gaby, and that's going to help things out for the side of FCFV, who are down 100k, but now have a bit of combo advantage. FPC missing one large combo, but it's a double reset on Handsome Me and Zentora, followed up by a break on Leffy. Will Cookie trades one of them out, as does Gaby, but that is to the advantage of FPC, who have Din and Exarch still on combos, and Strivers, the last combo, falls by the wayside as well, and now FPC will be able to run away with this in the last quarter of the pick. There is not going to be much at this point that FCFV can do to bring this back, even with only one combo. That is one more combo than FCFV are able to hold on to. And it's going to wind up being about a 300k lead by the time all is said and done, which is perhaps not as comfortable as some of the previous maps, and definitely was a closely fought map through the middle third. But FPC running away with this in the later portions of the pick. Those back and forth linear aim and slider patterns, very tricky, as you can see, for players to be very consistent on, but FPC just using maybe a little higher hidden skill cap to make it through this pick just fine by the time it is settled. Ends up being a 440,000 point win. They will take a nice little 2-1 lead. So the hidden pool now exhausted for FPC. They will have to choose something different for their next pick after going hidden 2, hidden 1. FC FAKEL, of course, doing quite well on their protected first pick, No Mod 1. Find out where they want to go next. Not a lot of pure aim in the pool outside of that pick. You can argue the hidden 1, hidden 2 are both pretty aim heavy, but not their skill set. Hard Rock 1, of course, kind of a little techier in this pool. It's going to be interesting to see. Maybe they take the DT3 ban against them and go into some stamina, some more left-hand focus skill set maps. Going to be, I think, a very interesting affair in terms of strategy going forward in this match. With what we saw from those first couple of picks. And it is going to be the Hard Rock 3 as the second selection here for the Russian side. Full-blown meltdown by Pup. Potato Dew map, 220 BPM. A decent amount of aim in this. And relatively larger circle size for a Hard Rock as well. This is default CS of 3.4, which makes it only CS 4.42 after Hard Rock is applied. So a little bit more comfortable if you're a player who is not as solid with the more precision requirement of typical Hard Rock maps. And it's switching the skill set up a little bit in terms of mod pools. We had a couple hiddens and a no mod going over to Hard Rock. Into also a shorter pick. Here we go. 3 maps that are all over 3 minutes. And now one that is just 216 in length. So it'll drop a little bit of that consistency requirement, and it'll amp up maybe the raw mechanic requirement just by a bit. And we'll hopefully get into it shortly and see if we can continue going with pick order in early stages of this match. Or if perhaps FPC can find a break point before the second ban phase. It's going to be Exarch, Reba, Will Cookie, and Din. I wonder if they're missing players or if this is just who they like to have in, because usually you don't see quite this much overlap in these kinds of picks. Zentoro, Stravizor, Leffy, and Arosami, so that will be one change on the side of FCFV, and that one change is going to be a player who finds a couple of early breaks. So does Stravizor, so does Din, but it's 3 combos to 2 in favor of FPC. So they'll get a bit of an early advantage. That aim, and it's actually going to be a miss on the burst from Rebo, and followed up by Will Cookie also, so now it's just Exarch. Lead's going to transition quickly over to FCFV as they do have a bit of combo built up, but not anymore. It's Zentoro, Stravizor, and Arosami all finding breaks. Leffy the only one to hold. Exarch is matching, so that'll be combo lead going over by a small margin to FPC. Again, though, plenty of players having trouble with this map. It is proving difficult to hold on to combo. And there's a break from Exarch, so that's going to be combo advantage now to FCFV again. Leffy holding the FC. Aim player extraordinaire, it would appear, for this Russian team. Reason they won Nomad 1 so handily, and reason they're now in the lead on their own pick. Although a couple breaks from Stravizor and Arosami give the combo advantage over to FPC, who take basically a flicker. Nobody has the lead because the combos are practically identical between the teams. It is Leffy really needing to hold on, but a break from Exarch is going to give them a little bit more leeway. And we will see if that is enough to build up a lead for FCFV into the last third of this map. Not on a combo on Arosami or on Stravizor, but Exarch being where they are puts FPC a bit behind. Rebo, Din, and Will Cookie all building up a lot of combo, though. If there are one or maybe 2 breaks, boy, this could get very, very close into the ending. It's Will Cookie and Din holding combo against Leffy, and the combined combo of Stravizor and Arosami, who breaks. This could be enough to send it over to FPC in the last seconds, but Will Cookie instead is the one to miss at the very end. Din holds on, but it does not matter because Leffy and Zentoro at least have a bit of combo into the end. Leffy will close that one out by a 20,000 point margin. Thanks to Leffy's one miss, nearly 1 million points. It was enough. And that is a 2-2 tie. That was as close as it could have been. Just the unfortunate breaks. Honestly, even a lower miss count for FPC could have sent that over, but instead it was FCFV able to hold on, and they tie it up 2-2. So we go into our second ban phase here in this best of 11 with the score deadlocked. We'll see what the teams choose to remove from the pool for the remaining few possible picks for each side. Whatever aim is left in the pool might be what FPC decided to ban out. And for FCFV's side, not really sure. It ends up being Fremod 3. That's the CS5 AR8 Reiji Mago pick. Kankyo Chojin Echo Gander OX. That's a mouthful. No, I guess that's not surprising. You know, with the mod requirements for free mods being what they are, removing a map where you would have to put in somebody on the AR8 hidden is not a big surprise. And obviously with the hidden 2 protected, they didn't have the opportunity to ban both low AR hidden picks, but they're going to go that way instead of banning it out first and leaving the hidden 3 up. Either way, it was going to be FPC getting 2 hidden picks in the first set of picks, so not a lot that FCFV could do there. And yeah, for FPC, there's 2 options. If they want to ban another speedy or stamina map, they can do that since they banned out the DT3 first. Or if there's any aim left they want to get rid of, because clearly FCFV comfortable picking into that skill set. And they go the left-hand route. They go the speed stamina. That's the end Nomad 2 as the second ban for FPC. That's the 200 BPM stream pick in the Nomad pool. And that tracks. Team that bans out DT3 may well want to ban out Nomad 2 or Nomad 5 or DT2. And, you know, one of those picks ends up being the Nomad 2. And it's a quick free mod 1 pick. Half Slashed has been picked. Another one of these down custom songs that's Toho, but rhythm. Toho, but make it rhythm, mapped by down. This has become kind of a constant, I feel, huh? 185 BPM, 2 minutes long, another pretty short one. And every map of all of these songs ends up being very rhythm focused. Not really any way around it. That's just what down does. So FPC choosing to really switch up the skill set for their pick here. And it sounds like we are about ready to get going. We're gonna load in. Free mods, of course. 2 unique mods required. So we've got Exarch on Hard Rock, Gaby on Hidden, Will Cookie also on Hidden, so it's an overmod for FPC. No surprise there, though. Will Cookie preference Hidden player, Rebo no mod. On the other side, Hidden on Stravizor, Hard Rock on Leffy, who looked so good on that Hard Rock 3 pick just a moment ago. Zentoro and Orenberg gonna come in on the no mods. And early chain misses. Spacing on those bursts catches out Exarch, Stravizor, and Rebo, so it's gonna be early combo advantage here in a moment. FCFV, though Orenberg with a break means that it's more or less even now. Will Cookie and Gaby holding against Zentoro and Leffy, so that's 2 Hiddens against a Nomad and Hard Rock. Rebo slightly ahead of Stravizor, Exarch slightly ahead of Orenberg. More or less even. Though Exarch will find another break. Does that give the combo advantage over? Not. No, it does not, because Zentoro and Leffy both break together, and now Will Cookie and Gaby are just free to fly. That's going to be a huge combo advantage for the side of FPC. They're going to take a massive lead off of that one, especially with it being so close to the middle of the map. Orenberg follows up, and it is now just Stravizor against a double FC, a big combo, and a decent combo. FPC going to run away with this one through the middle stages. They're going to build up quite a big lead regardless, as long as they can hold through a couple of these patterns. Not going to be seeing any difficulty whatsoever for that side. Will Cookie eventually does end up missing, but Leffy trades with a big chain miss, and Tor follows up with a chain miss of his own. Gaby follows it up as well. The consistency aspect of this one a little tricky with these variable spacing streams. The flowing requirement really, really high regardless of what mod you're on. It's a big full reset for FPC, but they have a 600,000 point lead, and there's not really much FCFV can do to answer, considering only Orenberg on that side has a combo at all. And FPC is just going to take this one home pretty comfortably. This one, a much more one-sided affair than the previous map, which came down to the last seconds. Instead, here, FPC taking it very, very comfortably, 700,000 points. A 3-2 lead, but still no break points in this match, so things are staying very close. Through now 5 picks of the total of 10 possible before a potential tiebreaker later on. Now, after banning out the free mod 3 and having the Nomad 2 banned against them, will FCFV decide to go into that tapping skill set? Because it feels like you would expect them to here eventually. With a DT3 banned against them, as well as a Nomad 2 banned against them, you have to think that they want to pick some sort of speed or otherwise tapping focused map. And there are still a couple of those in this pool. There is still a Nomad 5. There is still the DT2. DT1, for that matter, is 240 BPM. If they like higher BPM, they like a little bit more aim. So there are options for them. But it is a question of which of those options they may choose to take. And obviously a lot of niche kind of skill sets still available here too. You've got Nomad 4 up, you've got Nomad 6 up, Hard Rock 2 if you like small circles. So There's plenty of directions that this match could still go very quickly. We've seen some aim. We've seen some reading. We've now seen a rhythm pick as well. And it's going to be DT2. So as expected, they do finally decide, with now their third pick, to opt into this skill set. Cotton Candy Wonderland, mapped by Elchier. It's a 234 BPM tapping focus DT pick. I'll be getting ready for it. This is switching up the skill set in this match a fair bit. But we did just have that rhythm flow aim, only 185 BPM, but kind of streamy map. So this won't be quite as big of a departure as it maybe could have been otherwise if we'd gone into it from something like a hidden aim pick. But it does still represent a new type of map being brought into play by one of these teams. Taking their time getting ready. Not sure who will be in for this map for either of these teams, so they will, I guess, be trying to sort that out for themselves. Will we see Stoof? Will we see Emmy? Will we see Yip, one of those players who has not been in yet at all? Suzuha, Welter? Who knows? It looks like we're about to find out. It's going to be Din, Exarch, Will Cookie, Gaby. Wow, all that, and they just didn't change anybody. Suzuha does come in. Arusami, Hansumi, and Orenberg, the roster for FCFV. 234 BPM, heavy flow aim, heavy stamina. And some figure control thrown in for good measure. It's a very tricky tapping pick. And it is Arusami who gives the early lead to FCFV. Not a lot of combo really anywhere after he breaks. But that was enough. Or at least a bit of a lead here in the early goings. Quite a few misses again. Will Cookie, Gaby trading. Handsome Me as well. Will Cookie and Gaby are just matching each other. They're not having a good time at all. There goes Exarch as well. Big combos on Suzuha Arasami. Give the lead a little bit more by 100k to the FCFV side. But Suzuha is being matched by Din. So that'll be a pair of players to be watching out for as we move through the middle third of this map. If one of those breaks and the other holds, that is going to help out one of these teams or the other by a lot. Of course, if they both hold, then it just doesn't matter, which is apparently what they're going to be doing, at least for now. Din maybe 50 combo behind, a little bit of accuracy behind as well, but the combo is going to be what is more important if and when either player misses. But I guess we're just all building up combo. I guess it's fine. Arasami and Orenberg both helping support Suzuha. Meanwhile, FPC not having a great time. Gaby and Will Cookie really having a lot of trouble. There goes Exarch as well. And it is Din on his lonesome against Suzuha on his lonesome, as the other 6 players all finding some resets. A D rank on Will Cookie, a C rank on Gaby. So I'm going to say that FPC is probably missing some people today, because I can't imagine you would intentionally have people in for this map who really can't play this skill set at all. Which would explain why they double banned left-hand stuff as well. Poor Din is just out here doing what he can, and it doesn't matter. The lead is in FCFV's favor. Suzuha with a late miss, but it's going to be so late on, it just shouldn't be able to matter. This Din score is very impressive, though, isn't it? Oh my god, is this going to be enough to bring this back, even with 95 AC? Oh my goodness, wait. Wait. They won. Oh my god. Oh no, poor Suzuha. Din with the mash strat through the ending. Suzuha falls to pieces at the end of the pick, just completely runs out of stamina, ends up with a 92-act 25 miss, and Din is able to lead their head-to-head. And despite Gaby and Will Cookie putting up a combined 107,000 points, they put up 107,000 points combined, and they won by 7K. What was that? Din just 1v9'd. Oh my goodness. That is one of the funnier MP results you're going to see. 55K Gaby, 52K Will Cookie, 73K Handsome Me. Oh man. Well, of all the maps that get played today, that's definitely one of them. All right. Well, FATPEPECHUNGUS now have the first break point of this match. They take a 4-2 lead. They have their own pick. It's going to be Free Mod 2 as that option. It's going to be the 2-minute-long Zelophilia alt Free Mod pick here, mapped by Julius. And again, this is going to be another skill set that we really have not seen as of yet. I don't know, I like I said, I have to assume that there are just people who are not here. FPC has so far used 5 of their 8 members. Emmy, Yip, and Stoof have all not played a map. 7 of the members of FC FAKEL have now played at least one map, though. They're only missing Welter so far. But then we're going to go to the Free Mod 2, as FPC will look to consolidate their break point. See if they can push it to a 5-2 lead, which would put them into a very good place, trying to win this one and move on. And again, it's alt and some, you know, kind of awkward rhythms. You see some of those very quick burst patterns thrown in, as well as the general alt patterning. Gonna make for a pretty tough pick. Exarch on Hard Rock again with Will Cookie and Gaby over modding the hidden. Hard Rock on Leffy again, as well as Handsome Me and on hidden for FCFV. And a couple breaks early on, Stravs are Handsome Me, Exarch Din, and Leffy. Followed up by Orenberg. There is now no combo at all on FCFV side. Gaby and Will Cookie, as with the previous free mod, in for the hidden and in for the FCs. They're going to build up a 300,000 point lead already, as FCFV just does not have a very good time. There go XR Stravzor and Gaby, as well as Handsome Me and Leffy. There goes Din. And, you know, the quarterfinals, semifinals rounds are really where you start to see players who excel versus players who kind of struggle. And this match, I think, is kind of emblematic of that in some of these skill sets, where there are players just straight up not having a good time. Ones who are forced to fill for maps of a skill set they normally would be in for, or ones who are just a little bit skill capped, and ones who are a little lacking in consistency for a given skill set. And this appears to be another example of that, as FCFV are just straight up not having a good time. They have just now crested the 1 million point mark with nobody over 300k other than just now Ornenberg. FPC not having the greatest score either, but they've done enough. They built up a lead early on, and they held on to it, you know, comfortably. There was never really a doubt in anyone's mind, I don't think, about how that one was going to go. once they got settled in for that 300,000 lead or so. Just kind of maintained its way to a 250K final margin of victory with 3 B ranks on the FCFV side against the 4 A ranks of FPC. And that is now 5-2. So they have pushed it to the match point. One more point will send FPC on through to losers round 3. And a date with another just horrifically awful pair of teams to match up against each other. It would be Wide Peepo Happy versus FATPEPECHUNGUS in a Twitch emote matchup for the ages. And Nomad5 is going to be the pick for FCFV as they try to stay alive at least one more map, force the last pick into FPC's side of things. So Nomad5 Reviver, the Vivid difficulty, another short one. We've gone from long maps to short maps in this match. Just 2 minutes, 238 BPM map by Taikani, or Taikani, apologize. I don't know which way that's pronounced. You know, the DT2 appeared to be going in FCFV's favor for the majority of the pick until Suzuha exited stage left with about, 200 combo left to go, and Din used that opportunity to win the map for FPC and get the break point. We'll see if this one goes a little differently. It's a similar BPM, 234 to 238, only 4 BPM different, but of course, different style of map, so cannot compare solely on the BPM alone. And in we will go. Din, Exarch, Rebo, Gaby, Orenberg, Suzuha, Handsome Me, and Arosami. A little bit more of a raw speed pick. A little less about the finger control by itself. And again, quite short, just 2 minutes. So hang on to your hats, because this can get crazy in a hurry. And Exarch misses the last note of that first stream into the spinner, and that will mean FCFV have the early lead as Exarch breaks once again. Not what you want to see, breaking a couple times early on, but this is the opponent's pick, and FCFV are expected to be strong on this skill set. Putting forth a good showing for themselves once again here. We'll see if they can hold on the rest of the way. About a third of the way through, it's a solid lead. We have about 200,000 points. Rebo, Gaby both fall. Arosami trades one of them back, but it's still a triple FC, not going to be the end of the world. Din, again, in for the speed pick, doing everything that he can to try to carry FPC through it, but the team not really helping as much as he would like them to as Rebo, Gaby break. Matched by Handsome Me on one of them. Din and Exarch with some combo to try to keep this one in touch. If Orenberg and Suzuha both break, it'll become backable. But they also might need a break from Arosami to help things out, because that's a double FC and a decent backing combo. There goes Suzuha. So the door is a little bit open. It's 400,000 points, but there is still a third of the map. It's quite note dense, so a lot of score can happen very quickly. We're only at 500k after all. So we're watching Din, we're watching Exarch, and we are watching Orenberg and Arosami, but there goes Exarch, and that might slam the door on FPC's chances of getting back into this particular pick, as Orenberg is still holding the FC, and Arosami does still have the 550 combo backing it up. And so FCFV, with their own pick, will avoid elimination for at least one more map. It's going to be an FC on both Orenberg and on Din through that lengthy last stream. Well done to those players. Oh, it's a form. Wait, where were those? Okay, the misses were literally in the first 10 combo from Orenberg. I apologize. That's a bit awkward. FC only from Din then. Speed player extraordinaire. Couple C ranks again. Rebo, Gaby, and Handsome Me all not having a great time. And FCFV send it to the last pick from FPC. They'll have one and only one opportunity on their own pick to close out the match. We will see what it ends up being as the pool starts to get a little bit compressed. They've got Nomad 3, Nomad 4, Nomad 6, DT1, DT4, Hard Rock 2. It's going to end up being DT4, Saramandoro no Odorico, the rare Hatsuki Yura that is not mapped by Kipalt. When was the last time you saw a Hatsuki Yura custom that wasn't mapped by Kipalt? It seems kind of rare. But FPC are going to say, we'll use our superior rhythm to try to close this match out on our own pick here. I think anybody that's familiar with this song kind of knows how this map rhythmically goes. It's interesting to see this mapped in this style. The ranked map of, or the loved map of this, of course, is a 7.2 star high BPM aim map. Whereas this one is in a DT4 slot. Kind of shows the versatility, I suppose. But then we're going to go into the final pick for FPC. If they win this, they win the match and they move on. FCFV trying to maybe send this to their own final pick. DNXR, Gribo, Gaby, Orenberg, Suzuha, Arosami, and Handsome Me on kind of alt aim DT, I suppose. There are some bursts and shorter streams thrown in for good measure as well. Just to keep you on your toes, you know? You don't want to be letting the players get comfortable on any sort of map in this pool. Plenty of breaks early on for the side of FCFV. Things not looking good for them as they try to stay alive here. Orenberg, the only one with any sort of combo to speak of into the first Ki. But with the break from Din and Gaby, Exarch is the only bigger combo left, and that's a full reset. That's all 8 players, in fact, missing in the last 30 combo, which is to the advantage of FPC. And another full reset for FCFV. Which is not good for anybody, but it is better for FPC. See if anybody can build up some combo in this next verse section before the second Ki hits, where it seems like nobody has a good time at all. And the answer is, relatively speaking, yes, other than Arosami having some trouble. There's a triple break from FCFV. Right as I say that, Rebo breaks as well, but Din, Exarch, and Gaby all holding some big combos. Only Suzuha with 200 plus combo for FCFV, and their chances to hold on in this match are fading fast. There goes Suzuha. It's a full reset again in the lobby. 8 misses within the last 70 combo or so. As it turns out, this map is very hard and very difficult to be consistent on. But that is to the advantage of FPC, who built up an early lead and have a 400k score advantage heading into the last third of the map. There's really not a whole lot left that FCFV can do other than hope for a full, complete, and utter meltdown from FPC. And I just don't think, even if it does happen, I don't think it'll be enough. That was the fastest I've ever seen someone draw an Among Us character from Rebo there. That was impressive. And there go all the combos from FCFV, and that's going to do it. Things were not already settled and determined. They certainly are now. So, FPC are going to do it. They're going to close this out. It'll be a final score of 6-3. A good fight by FCFV, and but for an unfortunate breakdown at the very end of DT2, this would be 5-4 now, and FCFV would have their final pick to try to send it to a tiebreaker, but instead, that one break point by 7,000, thanks to Din's heroics on DT2, ends up being all that matters, and FATPEPECHUNGUS take the victory over FC FAKEL VORONEZH, and they will advance onward into the losers bracket round 3 for a date with Wide Peepo Happy, team that defeated Greg earlier by a score of 6-1. That match will take place tomorrow. And that is going to be it for this one. A solid win. I think FPC would like to sort some things out before their next match, but they did enough to win this one, and that's really all that matters. They will maybe hope to have their full roster available for their next match, because I think it'll be a pretty tough one. tomorrow afternoon. But for now, they will feel comfortable with the victory. They will advance onward. FCFV will be eliminated from Corsace 2022. We thank them for being here, and we congratulate Team FATPEPECHUNGUS on their win. Well done to them as they advance onward.